All right, and we're back. I apologize about that inconvenience. Your boy just pressed the space bar on his keyboard and it absolutely annihilated my last video. But boy, oh boy, do we hope that we can try to get these two videos to line up correctly in some editing software that we'll probably do. But man, or do we just do a part two? Like, hey, this is part two. We fucked up. Fuck it, man. We're uncut, man. We're uncut. If we start doing cuts, they're gonna expect it every day. You know what? So this is a part two, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize if you did leave off the last episode. Well, this is the same episode, but if you finished that one and you're onto this part, I apologize. Your boy fucked up. Won't happen again. Yeah, so we'll continuation on what we just said. How many games uh didn't see the light of day because they released in the wrong time window? And I get it. I get it. You know what? The holidays, it's gonna boost your sales. It's going to have people on your game playing your game because people are home. People are it's cold outside. Nobody wants to be outside. Nobody wants to be outside in November. You only the most dangerous people on earth are outside in the brick code, and at that point, everybody's inside, so they're not doing causing too much harm. You know what I mean? But games like Evolve, games like I think of Boss Keys, Lawbreakers. This is another game that is probably on my number one, and I regret I didn't play this enough. When it was out. Um, so many games that I could think of off the top of the head that just if history would be so much different of these games if they just released at a different time. Um, and here we are on what might be an amazing comeback from Halo. Come when June they're supposed to release sometime in June, July. Probably got pushed back again, but Halo being one of the, I would say, if not the top dog for Microsoft, and you know it being pushed back so many times, you wonder what's taking so long. You start to think like, hey, don't fall in that realm of September to December, because if they go that far back, and they're not a hit, and if they come off a lackluster, especially in the opening weekend and the opening month, and there's a lot of bad reviews. I think people release it in that time. If Halo releases in that September to December time period, it could be bad because you have so many games that come out during that consistently hit. You know what I mean? You got Battlefield coming out this year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. You have the next installment of Call of Duty, which may or may not come out this year, but if it does, that's a huge time period for that game. That they really take over that. So it just pushes me to believe that Halo needs to release in the, I would say, in the months of like June, no later than like end of December, September, excuse me. Because if you fuck up and you don't have a good, successful release, you get your patches in there, you get your dev updates in there, and you correct mistakes that you may have made in the game. See, a lot of times, a lot of companies, they tend to, you know, just rely simply on the fact of their name. But I'm starting to feel like gamers are coming together and saying, hey, we're not going to continue to take this anymore. We're not going to take buying your game for 75, 65, $60, and we're not even getting a full game. We're getting 80% of the game because the other 20% that was supposed to be in the game, hey, that's going to be year one DLC. You know what I mean? So players aren't doing that anymore. And Halo has to see that. Halo if you're gonna add battle royale into your game, it has to be hot. You have Warzone, you have Apex Legends, you have Fortnite, you have all these juggernauts in that realm that your game has to have something completely different that contains and helps um, generate traction. And as where Fortnite has building, as where Warzone has loadout boxes, as to where Apex you have literal abilities on these characters. What does Halo gonna bring? You know, w- we'll have to wait and see if they even do a battle royale. Are people wanting some 6v6 gameplay back? I'm assuming yes. I think players also want that back, and that has to be done correctly because from what I've heard from some of the top Halo fans I've talked to in the past 2 years is that the last couple of Halos have been dog. And you just can't have that happen. Hell, you can't have that happen. I don't think Microsoft wants that to happen. That budget for that game has to be in the upper, I want to say, 100 mil. It can't be it can't be south of 100 mil because then what are you doing? What are you doing? If you're Halo, you double down. You go, hey, here's 100 million. We want the best of the best. We want the best of the best. And it has to be Halo 3 worthy. It has to be an instant classic like Halo 3. You just hope so. You hope so. And and this is where Evolve and games like Lawbreakers. You don't want Halo to be that. Especially the newer Halo, because the older Halo will never be one of those games you say, "Oh man, I regret I didn't play enough," because you played the shit out of them because they were amazing, and you and your friends made 3 clans and never ever went to land, but said you guys would. You know, so Halo has to come out strong, man, and on top of it coming out strong, it needs to be better than what they've shown us. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that we're gonna be okay as a community, as a gaming community, that we are gonna be okay if they say, "Hey, here's Halo Infinite, and it's a reskin of Halo 5." Like, we're not gonna be okay with it. And players that play this game will literally sit there and say, "Give my money back." Oh, this is trash. You're gonna see on Twitter dead game, because there's a dead game culture on Twitter that is ravishing video game devs that don't really show that their game has what it takes. I kind of hate it. Don't get me wrong, because I feel like you know a person that spends, I would say, years of their life trying to make something that people can enjoy all over the world, calling something a dead game, even if it doesn't have the appropriate amount of players day in and day out. I don't think you ever go and say something that disrespectful to somebody. Me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Sometimes I would hope that devs that seemingly look like they don't put their all into a video game and just looking for that cash grab, for those devs to like really see when people say dead game, and then it like gives them energy to actually say, you know what, we're gonna go hard. Oh man, but to keep this one short, Halo, you got to bring it all, man. You got to bring it all, because gamers were banding together. And we're not taking that crap anymore, man. We're not taking that crap. We're not. We're not gonna do it. I'm telling you. Too many good games that are free. Too many. Too many good games that are free. So if you want our $60 purchase, and you're gonna bundle that up with a BR, and you're gonna bundle that up with some classic Halo experience, you gotta come out red hot. Cause if not, put your game free to play. It's gonna probably be free for Game Pass owners and PC Game Pass owners. But if you want people that don't buy that don't buy Game Pass to purchase your game, come out red hot and stay there, dude. I don't remember playing anything else besides Gears of War when Halo 3 came out. I don't remember, and I was dog shit at that game. That's one of the FPS games that I tell myself every day, like, how can I be so good at Gears? How can I be, and Gears is not FPS, but how can I be so good at so many other FPS games? But I cannot for the life of me be good in Halo. It's because it took so much more than just talent. That game took talent. That game took knowledge. Halo took like all the best parts of you, and you need to bring that together to be a good Halo player. So, to Halo Infinite, this little message, this little podcast, you probably will never hear this. I believe in you guys, but at the same time, understand that I'm not gonna accept anything other than a 10 out of 10. That better go down as game of the year. Like you better Last of Us to me. You better Ghost of Tsushima me. And I know those are all single player games. But that if you're gonna have a campaign in that motherfucker, make me cry. Make me cry. Make me think that my world is ending. Come on, man. Halo, I believe, brother. I believe. Halo Infinite, I definitely believe in. I'd be capping if I said to you guys right here, right now, yo, Halo's gonna be trash. I would be lying. But you know what, people? I believe. I'm I I'm assuming that this pushbacks, the pushbacks that they do have, and the excuse me, because I'm trying to get my words. I'm thinking faster than I talk. But what they have right now is perfect. But they want to make it godly. So you know what? Push it back. We'll wait. But now don't have us waiting on some garbage. Don't have me waiting on some garbage. Cause what hurts me more is when a game pushes themselves back, right? And then releases. And then it takes another 6 patches for that game to be good. Or even playable. You gotta have your weapon balancing on par. You gotta have everything from map design, from character design, hit registration, weapon smoothness. You gotta have that all 10 out of 10. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know. Have a good day. Have a good night. Get going, because I know you got this. And ladies and gentlemen, goodbye.